Oh, damn. Back again. Episode 47 coming in live and direct to you from Rinkside. Potty here back on U.S. soil from my, Tour de Canada. What a fantastic adventure that was. Supreme. Uh, hoping to connect with you the next time I'm out there because I'll definitely be out there. That was a really fantastic adventure. How are you doing? How's life in up north?
Yeah, man, it's going good up here. Like I said, we're settled down here and things are going our way. And yeah, things are good up here in Edmonton. I'm repping the Edmonton hat with the city of Edmonton in the background there.
Oh,
But
nice.
yeah, man, life's good. Life's good now. But how was your trip? Tell us a little more about your trip, buddy.
Yeah. Old Potty went up north. Went to Canmore, then Jasper, and I brought Mrs. Potty to be where I popped the question at that Lake Louise and locked it in. So really fantastic.
Hey, let's give a congratulations to Body in the comments.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Certainly a very happy moment, very beautiful moment of my life. And yeah, then had the opportunity to, connect with an old friend out in Toronto. And that was a really fantastic time. So, shout out to everyone that, we got to see along the way. But it's only the future of what will be multiple times, up north. So and coming up on next week's episode, we got not one, but two huge major milestone testimony announcements to make that are going to crack down to the earth and drop knowledge on the foundation of this planet.
Yeah, man. The I think the viewers are really going to enjoy what these two announcements are going to bring to the channel, and I think it's going to take us to a whole new level. And like we promised in the past, we're going to bring you guys the best content we possibly can.
Best possible. This is going to be a super slam dunk. So let's dive in to our episode 47. And starting us off, we've got the previous week games. As you can see, there were 4 games resulting in a shootout, and we had 5 resulting in an overtime. So, my question to you, Supreme, as we look at next week's schedule, are we
Yes,
going to
sir.
have more or less shootouts and then overtimes?
I definitely think that we can see a few more shootouts and overtimes. Like the league's pretty close. A lot of the divisions are close. Like we got Copenhagen and Albuquerque. They're going to be playing each other on Wednesday. That's going to be a decent game. Albuquerque's trying to crack through a little bit. And then, but yeah, I think we're going to see some close games this week.
Absolutely. And we'll have those for you coming up on the next episode. But let's take a look at what went down in our plays of the week from the previous 2 weeks. Coming up, number 5. Oh, Provenchko gets it over to Shanahan. Oh,
Whoa.
takes it by Deacon Low, dropping it
Nice
low.
play by Low. Nice play by
Play
Low.
by Low. MCI to Rising. Looks like Jacksonville's got the puck. They got 27 seconds left. What are they going to do? Oh, Rising.
That was
Eaton
that was
Letterman
nice.
with a nice
That was
play right
beautiful.
there. Oh, we got the Vipers. Oh, what a clear that was. Here we go.
Oh, what are we gonna see?
Oh,
here?
Letterman. Letterman's got it to. Oh, Fisher up. Oh,
Oh.
shorthanded.
What a shot, shorthanded goal.
Nice. 2 coming in hot. Alrighty. Oh, Levy. Oh, Levy with the breakaway.
Ooh. Undressed him.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
And number one, Brown coming down.
Ooh.
Takes it back. Oh,
Whoa,
backhanded.
that's a Sidney Crosby type backhand right there.
Addison. Yeah, absolutely. So those were our plays of the week. And now we're here to talk about Derek Avis's power rankings. And we want to make a short memo that we reached out to Derek to try to understand what the formula was behind these. Could not get an answer at this time, but the invitation is always open for you to come onto the show and share with us, share with the viewers how these work, what your perspective is. We do have a disclaimer that we may not be showing the most up-to-date ones, and we don't know when the formula changes. So these are subject to change over time, but this is the most recent, information we can share with you. And as you can see in all of the categories, we've got Jacksonville at the top. And anything else to note from here, Supreme?
Yeah, no, like you said, we got Jacksonville just leading in the top in every category possible. You got Copenhagen sitting at the top, second overall, second in offense, third in defense. They're having a good season. Special teams might be lacking a little bit, but you got Vegas too, just constantly. You got third overall, fourth in
Hmm.
offense. Vegas is having a good season. Then you got following up by Boston, Florence, Glasgow, Albuquerque. Like the teams are looking pretty good this season.
Absolutely, and that's how they stacked in this week's power rankings. Now we have our standings coming in. And starting us off with the Rocket in a whopping 37-point differential. Just pay attention to that number. When it comes to points, 41, this is, of course, Las Vegas in first. Then in second place, we have a point differential of 8 coming in with Albuquerque as 35 points. They're 1 point behind or ahead of Honolulu with 34. They have a negative 10, which is interesting. And then, coming in number 4, we have Alaska with 33 points in a 7-point differential. All the following teams after that have a negative point differential. So it's pretty interesting to see how that kind of played out. And it showcases that maybe there's been a sudden shift in Honolulu, or potentially they've just have, maybe it's like how I play golf. Like I'll get par, 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 triple bogey, par, par, triple broke. Sometimes you get a birdie, but there's like
Hot
those,
and cold.
those like sometimes there's games you just get blown out. But we look over to the Mr. Hockey standings. We got Jacksonville in first with 63 points, which is, actually almost twice as much as the differential of Las Vegas, which is pretty commendable. Copenhagen with 43 differential. They've got a 44 points. Florence 2 points behind them with 42. They have a 28-point differential. And then Boston with 39 points have a 23-point differential. So that's kind of how the standings went into the pros. But Supreme, I want to hear your perspective on how it went with the minors.
Yeah, man, the Miners are kind of staying the same a little bit. Prague finally stepped out of the first spot after how many weeks just sitting there. But you got Chicago sitting at first with 29 points, 13 wins. They're playing really good hockey as of late. And Prague as well, they're still playing good, 13, 5, and 3 with 29 points. They are tied in points, but it's the differential that makes the difference. Chicago sitting with 19, Prague with 8. And then you got Montreal 3 points behind the pair of them at 11, 6, and 4 with a goal differential of 8. And then, of course, Zurich down by 5, 21 points. And then you got Pittsburgh with 20, and Toronto still sitting at the bottom with 14.
With
But
14.
yes, sir.
Absolutely. Well, let me tell you a tale of numbers when it comes to our league leaders in our goals category. Not 14, but 10 more, 24. Voodoo throwing down the hammer onto the goals leaderboard. I forget what the record is. Is it 37 in a season? This is looking like an outrageous pace. But behind him, and with 17 a pair, is Kerry Baker, Chris Lee, Tom Krieg. When it comes to assists, Amelia Rose is leading the league with 21 assists. Essex Denabola with 20. And then we have a two-way tie between Fulton Reed, Grizzle Bear. And, 3 out of 4 of these are on Copenhagen. So pretty commendable that one team is experiencing such high, assist performance. Points leader, Amelia Rose with 34, David Leathers, 33, Evan FX, Grizzle Bear, as well as Oni Escola. So that's 4 out of 5 are Copenhagen. So pretty impressive when it comes to that side of the board of our league leaders. But let's take a look at our rookies now. We have in first place in terms of goals, Javad Storm, followed closely by RJ Corker and Timothy Alexander, who have 8 instead of 10. Storm is holding it down. Cam Jones on the assist league leaders with 14, followed by Chris Leone with 13, Billy Hawk and Javad Storm with 12 apiece. Points leaders, it comes down to Javad Storm with 22, Tom Adamo Jr., and Billy Hawk with 18 a pair. So pretty powerful performances. But let's take a look at what went down in the transactions of the past, not 1, but 2 weeks. Starting us off with the trade alert, Chris Leone getting traded for Brandon Cuevas, former Warlock. We had the release of Whittle Jiggle, Benny Cooney, Ted Rockpage retiring, J Money Guillen, Tyrone Clay, Michael Brown, Sammy Barlow, Steven Universe, all getting signed to the Magic, Pod, Hawks, and Sabretooths, respectively. There are now call-ups to the pros. This means that if you are a rookie getting called up to the pros, you'll retain your rookie status for the next season, or records to be broken. Supreme, can you see this? Do you want to take these minors assignments?
Yeah, sure. We got Luke Short getting signed by the Pittsburgh Lions. Then get the Hawks getting Gus Cerrone Jr. Chicago Pod got DJ Mule. And then you got the Toronto Beast getting Darian Hall. So it's good to see some new players enter the league.
Absolutely. And Brooklyn traded away Adam Bucage and a season 8 second round pick for Brian Nauman with Copenhagen. Interesting. And Sapporo traded away Virginia Emmett and the season 8 and season 9 second round picks for Tyler Grims from Copenhagen. Another Copenhagen trade. We've got a nod there. Adam Bucage from Rock Steel. We've got Freddie Fantenberg being signed to the Sabretooths. Then another trade, we got the Reapers trading away Leighton Lee to the Wolves in return for Tony Ragone and a season 9 Alaska first. So what a season of events. This was a good one, and I'm looking forward to our next grand dual reveal on episode 48 of Rinkside. What do you think, Supreme?
Yeah, man. Next week's going to be a banger of an episode. Like I said, I think all you guys are going to really enjoy what we got in store for you guys next week. And you know what? I think it's going to be a good episode. And I can't express enough how game changing it's going to be. But anyway, this was episode 48 of Rinkside.
47.
Peace. 47.
Yeah. All right. Peace.